Hey investor, good to see you again. This is Lucas here from excelwealth.com and I'm very happy that you joined me today because in today's video, we're going to discuss the point that, the moment you plan to buy a home and you have a spare room left, should you be renting out that room and is it a good idea or not? Well, we're going to run the numbers in this video today so that you can actually have an idea how to look at it as a real estate investor and if it's a good idea or not. And of course, in the end, I will be giving my advice to you. So look forward to that and let's go into the video. Okay, so yes, you already know that you're going to buy a property and you're going to rent out the spare rooms because, I got to go back into my life story as well because, before I became a professor, I was a student myself and I rented a room as well as a student. And living in a room of 9 square meters, which is about 100 square feet, is not that big, and yes, life has to continue and you have to study and sleep and stay your life there and for a couple of years. It's horrible, yes. So this is why buying that home and then renting out the rest is not a bad idea. Absolutely not. Okay, let's go into it. Okay, so for this calculation, we're running the numbers for the Netherlands. Now, I don't know about your country. Let me know down below in the comments what country you're from. But in the Netherlands, you could buy in a student city, you could buy a home for about $350,000. So for $350,000, you have a home here in the Netherlands, and in these homes, you'll see most likely somewhat like 3 or 4 rooms. Okay, so let's pretend that your home has about 3 rooms. Now this could also be 4 rooms depending on what kind of home you have and of course what kind of a city you are. If you were talking about Amsterdam, which is the most expensive city here in the Netherlands, if you're trying to buy a home in the middle of the city with 3 big rooms, then yes, $350,000 is absolutely not enough. But hey, we're talking about a general city here in the Netherlands that have students in it. And then, we're talking about a nice general home. So in most general homes, you've got about 3 rooms. Now, yes, 3 rooms. Sometimes you have 4, but, we're not going to use them in this calculation. Now, in general, when we take a look at these homes, most likely these rooms are ranging from somewhat, $250 to $400 per room. Now, if you have a bigger room, you could maybe even pay up $500 per room. We're talking about in a general range, $250 to $400. Now, if you have everything included, for example, water, gas, and electricity, and of course, internet as well, you could charge up to like 400 euros per room in general. So if you have 3 rooms, you could charge up to, in this case, $1,200. But don't forget, if you are buying the home and you're also staying in the home, then yes, you need 1 room for yourself, which makes a lot of sense. So that actually just means you have to rent out the other 2. Okay, so let's pretend you're keeping that one to yourself and you're renting out the other 2. That means that you've got an income of 400 times 2, you've got 2 spare rooms, you've got $800 as an income every month. Now, you bought a home of 350,000 euros or dollars, that doesn't really matter in this case, but you have a mortgage to pay. And a mortgage on 350,000 here in the Netherlands, if you buy a home for yourself to live in, that's yourself, that's you. If you buy a home that you want to live in for yourself, you pay a far lower interest rate, which is somewhat like 1.2% on annual base. And you can actually borrow up to 100%. There's no down payment required for you. That means in mortgage prices, you'll be paying somewhat around 1,100 euros per month. So you'll be paying 1,100 euros per month on mortgage. That means if you're living in that home and it has 2 more spare rooms, you can rent those out. That means you have to pay 300 euros for yourself to live in this apartment. Now you might be thinking, hey, I'm paying $300 to actually, have a home and have 2 tenants in the home. I could actually also pay 400 euros myself, and then already I have paid for the insurance, I've paid for the electricity, I've paid for water and gas, and also for the internet connection. So that's a far better deal than, paying $300 and then having 2 tenants, or roommates in this case, and then still paying $300. That doesn't make any sense. Think about it. Do the calculation. In this case, we're taking a look at this. You're getting $800 per month. That still means you still have to pay $300 for yourself. So you're paying $300 per month times 12, because we've got 12 months a year. This means you've got 3,600 euros or dollars that you have to pay to live in this home, and to keep this home afloat and to pay all the mortgages. Now you might be thinking that's not a really good deal, because if I pay 4,000, I could actually have my own room, and then I don't have to worry about all the insurances and such. Very good question. But if you're an investor, you already know that the moment you buy a property, you also get equity growth. And equity growth in this case is somewhat around 5% per year. And I know I'm writing, not completely straight, but, for the video, that should be okay. So you get about 5% growth per year. And at 5% of 350,000, the growth is around 17. There's a 5. There's a 5 in between. 17.5. 17.5 thousand euros is what you're getting in equity growth. Now, it's not money that you get into your pockets. It's money that is in the walls, in the stone. It's set in stone. So I'm not saying that, the equity growth that you get in your home is what you can put in your pocket right away. But you got to see it like this as well. These two roommates that you have are also paying down your mortgage. So yes, they're helping you pay your mortgage. And 350,000, if you take a look at how much mortgage they're helping you to pay, is around somewhere between $5,000 to $10,000 or 10,000 euros. So 5 to 10,000 is what they help you pay off as mortgage. They help you pay off the principal. That's what they're doing with the two of them. So you got to take a look at this. If we're using this calculation here, this actually just means it's either 22,500 up to 27. I don't know if you still can see this. So this is somewhere between, so each year you're getting $20,000 at least up till 27.5 that they help you grow in equity. That's what they do. And you're only paying $3,600 for that. So you're paying $3,600 or euros in this case, and they're helping you grow the home, the equity of the home, with at least $20,000. See, if you'll be renting a home for yourself, you're renting one room as a student. Yes, you get maybe for $400 a month, you get a room. You don't have to worry about insurances. You don't have to worry about the water costs. You don't have to worry about the electricity. You don't have to worry about the gas. You don't have to worry about the internet connection. Well, you have to worry about the internet connection because it's always crappy and it's always too slow. But that's a different story. But yes, you don't have to worry about that. But the only thing is, you only get your room. Here, you get equity growth. If you live in your home for 1 year already, they help you pay off the mortgage, and they help you grow your home in equity each year as well. So if you stick to your home for 5 years, because you take your university years for 5 years, they've helped you grow in equity and pay off the mortgage up to $100,000 or euros already. That makes a difference for those who are just thinking, you know what? Am I going to buy a home, live in one room for myself, rent out the other two? And if you have 3, dude, this number is going to run even faster. This is what makes a difference. If you're thinking to buy a home for yourself, take in some roommates and let them help you pay for the equity growth in your wallet. If you really think about that, that's a great value. That's a great deal. So yes, you should absolutely do this if you think, you know what? I want to take on this deal. I want to take on this risk. And yes, there will be costs for risk as well. But in the end, they are helping you pay for the bigger plan. If you stay in this until, if you stay in this apartment, or if you stay in this home for at least 5 years, they've already helped you with 100,000 euros or dollars. And that's what you get. If you like this video, of course, don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, be sure to hit the subscribe button, because it will really help out the YouTube's algorithm. I thank you very much. I'll see you in the next. Happy investing. Bye-bye.